Everyone's talking about Sapp's interview with Rickey Smiley, but they're all missing something. I kept watching, and right near the end, Sapp said something that made my jaw drop. No one's talking about it, but after you hear this, you'll understand exactly why this story ain't over.
The next guest has been all over the internet lately, and he's here with us today to set the record straight. He's an award-winning singer, bishop, and pastor of the Chosen Vessel Church in Fort Worth, Texas. Joining us this morning is a friend of the show, Marvin Sapp. And good morning. Thank you for joining this morning.
Thank you.
And listen, let me say this. I'm not here to exploit this situation. You are my friend.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm a real friend. I'm a loyal friend. You understand? And I haven't even talked to you this week.
No,
I know your phone was blowing up, but I had sense enough that everything that you sat here and said during the commercial break, I already knew. You
Let you tell it.
Explain that to me. I grew up in the church in your own way. In your own way. Let's start with the attacks that on you and the death threats on you and your family.
Well, let me just start.
Just whatever way you want to start.
Let me just start by saying first, Rickey, I thank you for this opportunity.
Yes, sir.
I thank you for the opportunity to be able to come on your show and for you to use your platform to give me a chance to just, add some context.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna point out, since we starting off all nice and sweet and smooth and stuff, this don't sound like the way you sounded on that tape. He all even toned down, yeah. Yeah, first thing I like to do, Steve, is I like to do, Rickey, is like to thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rickey Smiley, for giving me this opportunity to come over here and save my ass. Thank you, Rickey Smiley. So, and that's not how he sounded when he was on that tape. He was like, shut the door. Close the door.
Some context and clarity to, a clip that, a whole lot of people have seen. Sadly, one of the things that has happened is, people have created a narrative that is absolutely not true. Number one, the narrative was created, excuse me, that I raised the money at my church, that I kept the people at my church hostage until I raised $40,000 for me. That's the narrative that has been shared, that I locked folks up in my church, that, I made them give $40,000 and I wouldn't allow them to leave until they gave it to me. And to be honest with you, that is absolutely false.
And to be honest with you, that is absolutely not important. Yeah, man, it's not important what church you was at. Nobody asked you all that. You could have been in any church you want to be at. Okay. The issue is not these, sometimes people try to throw you off the track by talking about details that don't really matter, and they try to make that the focal point. Let's not gaslight people, and folks, please recognize game. Yeah, well, when I just want to clear it up. First of all, I did not. I was not drinking all of the fifth. I drank some wine. It may appear that I was drinking a whiskey, but I don't drink whiskey. I was drinking wine. I had 3 bottles of wine, but that's not the same thing. And I want to be very clear. I was not drinking rock gut. I was not drinking 40 ounces. I was drinking wine. So let's get that very clear. Were you drunk? That's all we want to know. Was you drunk? Were you inebriated? See what I'm saying? So the specifics of these things do not change the reality. Keep going.
Yeah. Number one, that I raised $40,000 for me. That's the narrative that has been shared, that I locked folks up in my church, that, I made them give $40,000 and I wouldn't allow them to leave until they gave it to me. And to be honest with you, that is absolutely false.
Yeah.
Number one, that offering was taken last year. This was a service that happened last August. Number two, it didn't happen at my local church. It actually happened at a national organization's international meeting where churches from all over the country, all over the world came together for the purpose of celebrating the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. People took issue with me saying, shut the doors. Understand, I never said lock the doors.
Yeah.
I said shut the doors. Shutting doors mean that people still have the ability to go in and out.
This is my major problem here. Why come you just can't say, hey, man, look, it's my fault. Yeah, this is my fault. This is a miscommunication on my behalf. I screwed up. Yeah, I screwed up. I know they were taping this. In the context in which I gave it to you, I can see why you formed the opinion you formed. Look, I apologize for those who are disappointed, who felt hurt by what I did. And I also want to clear it up and just let you know, man, I apologize, and it just looked bad, but it's not what you think it is. And instead of trying to gaslight us, because any context of miscommunication, a narrative we spinning, man, ain't nobody spinning no narratives. You put it out there. You were in control of the narrative because it's your personal likeness. That's what it is. It's nobody else fabricated it. Is this some AI going on in here that I don't know about? I didn't see any AI, folks. And before we go, but let's say this loud and clear, man. Shut the door, close the door, burn the door. All of those sound the same to people's ears. Okay? For instance, folks, if someone told you to shut up, or someone told you don't talk, or someone says close your mouth, do they, all of them mean the same thing? Do any of them sound polite, friendly, or not equal to getting a knuckle sandwich? You know what I'm saying? Like, do any of those sound hospitable? You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. He's mincing words. Well, I didn't say lock the doors. I just said shut the doors. Well, I said close the door. You said it when you say something 4 or 5 times with bass in your voice. And you didn't say, shut the door, we about to do the offering. Shut the door, we about to do this. Shut the door, this is for the safety of the... You didn't say any of that. You just said, shut that door. Shut that door. Shut that door. Shut the door. That's how you said it. So anybody who took, why would anybody take that bad? I can't imagine why anyone would feel you were a jackass for that. I don't know where they would get that from. I don't know why they would feel that way.
They've taken issue with my tone. And I can honestly say, you know, looking at the video, maybe I was a little more assertive than I should have been.
Maybe. Dude, you was talking like you was a gangster. Yeah, you sound like thought you was a mob boss instead of a pastor or a bishop. What did he say? His exact words was, put your $20 away. Put your $20 away. That 20 wasn't for you. Nah, y'all can do 100. It costs to sit up here. It costs to sit up here. Hey, folks, he sound like Chris Brown. No, Chris Brown got them women that come up, they pose with pictures with him. They pay a certain amount of money to come back and get the VIP treatment. He sound like an entertainer, like a, or OnlyFans model that's doing a live tour. Yeah. Put your 20 on. No. I want everybody to put $20 up. $20. Oh, not y'all. Not you, brother. No, not y'all. Y'all do 100. Oh, y'all do 100. It costs to sit up here amongst me. Y'all up here with me. You got to pay more than that. I wonder why people would take that negatively. But listen to him now. Well, listen, my brothers, I want to be very clear about how I came across, because my intentions were for us to all understand one another. And the Lord is a shepherd. No, I'm not a people's pulpit pimp. I am the people's preacher protector. Talking all smooth now, but he wasn't talking smooth the other day, was he, y'all?
And I can apologize for that. I can apologize for that. But
why you make it sound like it was a hard thing to do? No, you can't apologize? Wow. See, it's a little arrogance in there. Little bit of arrogance in there. Like, I got to, later on he going to talk, it's going to get further. You're going to hear it. But just put a pin in it.
And made something out of it that it isn't. And because of that, my church has been getting phone calls. People have called my church and cussed me out. My staff are afraid because I've received death threats.
This is the part that pissed me off because, guys, let me tell you something. I don't believe you got death threats, sir. Nah, I don't believe it. Nah, I got no proof. But I can have a strong feeling based on the fact that I interact with the public and I talk about politics. And it's occasionally that I get a death threat. And I talk about things that get people really ticked off. Okay? People think the country is going to hell in a handbasket. And they think that it's on Tim Black. Like what Tim Black say on his show is going to determine the existence of Black America or white America. And I get all types of content, all types of comments from all types of people. But for you to come out here and say your main reason for talking to us on the Steve Harvey show, I'm sorry, the Rickey Smiley, same thing, on the Rickey Smiley show is to say that people have been threatening to kill you over what exactly? Now, there may be some people that cuss you out, some people that were very disappointed, some people that were angry, but people say they're going to take your life over what exactly? You're being very vague.
Over $20 and shut the door. People have come to our campus. They have come to my church to try to cause problems, issues, challenges. And again, my children, I don't look at comments. We was talking about this. You know, I don't read comments. When you got millions of followers, you ain't got time to be reading all the comments.
You don't? Well, why you reference them since you don't read them? Since you don't read the comments, why you reference them? I hate when people big dog like this. I hate when people big dog like this. I probably got maybe 500,000 followers if you add up all my social media accounts. I read comments. I don't have as many fans as you, Mr. Sapp. But, you know, I don't read all comments. Who can? But to say you don't read comments and then talk about comments, so you ain't going to talk about them because you don't read them, right? So now we're going on hearsay based on what was told to you, right? Because you didn't look at them because you don't read comments, right?
Just don't have it.
Right.
My children do. And they are afraid. And the reason being is because I'm their only parent. I'm a widower. You know, they're afraid for my safety. So now we've had to update and increase security and all the things I've never had to do before because of the vitriol and the anger.
To what? To what you did. To what you did. Not to what somebody else did. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Look, folks, don't get me wrong, guys. I've had people take me out of context and say I meant something I didn't say. I've had that happen. Unfortunately, when that happened to me, I wasn't given a platform like Rickey Smiley to come on and correct it. To come on and say, hey, man, they took that out of context. I didn't mean that I was literally going to beat you up. That I literally was going to lay hands on you. I was saying we're going to fight tonight, as in tonight on this video, I'm going to go hard. Didn't mean we was going to literally fight. They took my video and said I made physical threats. That's just cheap pool. These were progressives. So I know this like to get smeared. You didn't get smeared. You didn't come and say, hey, man, that's not what I said, and I meant this other thing. You didn't do that at all. You're talking semantics. It wasn't my church. It wasn't my money. And I say closed, not shut.
That people have shown, the things that they've said in my thread and stuff, and all of this is because of a misunderstanding. And I'm not blaming people. Let me be clear. I'm not blaming anybody because of their misunderstanding. I'm just saying in all you're getting, get an understanding. And if I'm sharing with you that the $40,000 that I was trying to raise, and again, I don't know if the organization got 40, 10, 20, any of it. I don't know. I'm hoping that I actually raised more money so that I can help the organization that has been such a great support to me.
Okay, well, you say that organization has been a great support to you. Have they ever put money in your pocket? Since, you know, you keep on harping on it, have they ever put money in your pocket? I'm just saying. Just a question. Because you keep talking about you wasn't raising the money for you. Did you get paid later? Did you get paid before? Did you owe them for other money that you picked up? I don't know. But see, now you're opening the door for other questions. And since Rickey Smiley is your friend, He ain't gonna ask you nothing. He helps you get your story together. So see, you done walked into it, man.
These people,
and again, let's be clear. Not a dime of that money.
not a dime of that money came to me. Not a dime of it.
And where did your money come from?
I've been blessed. I've been extremely blessed. I've sold millions of records. Millions. I'm a songwriter.
How much you?
So you didn't get no money. You don't need no money. You got all the money. Yeah, man, I got all the money, baby. I got all the paper, baby. I don't need no money. I don't need no more $40,000 from nobody. I don't need nobody to give me no $40,000, man. What I'm gonna do with that? What I'm gonna do with $40,000? I'm Marvin Sapp, baby. You know how I do. I'm smooth like that. I got all the paper. That's what you know. $40,000. I don't even get out of bed for $40,000, man. I am not concerned with $40,000. I wish somebody would try to come give me $40,000. I'd be like, get that out of here. Put that down. I don't need no $40,000. This Marvin Sapp. This Sapp Boogie. You know how we do over here. We stand on business.
How much have you gotten paid from? And we on the radio live,
Right?
How much have you gotten paid from your church? I'm just saying.
Okay, so
Tell
see,
me
Ricky,
what you said.
See, Ricky messing up now. Now he asking real questions. And so like Kamala Harris when Sonny Hostin asked her, hey, what would you change? He ain't ready. Kamala wasn't ready, and now his boy Sapp ain't ready. Look at him, stuttering. Oh, shucks. Why he asked me that?
tell you, what people don't know is that I pastored 16 years in the city of Grand Rapids, Michigan. I founded my church. I pastored 16 years.
Now I'm going to change the subject and talk about other stuff till you forget what you asked me. Because we need to run away from that. The tax people listening, that Italian mob I told you about, they listening.
So we not getting rich off the church. I am bivocational. I'm a W-2 employee at my church. I have a syndicated radio show that I do every week to over 60 different markets. I own real estate. I have mutual funds.
So basically, I got all the money, baby. I had all the money. And so look, listen, guys. I got too much money to be worried about you broke Negroes. You broke Negroes in my comment section. I am paid. This is Sapp Boogie. Sapp Boogie has money. You know, you the one up here working hard for a living. You the one working an hourly job. Come on now. I'm Marvin Sapp, baby. I don't do that. I got investments everywhere. I have done so well. I'm doing extraordinarily well. That's why me and what's his face was fighting over that one lady. Cause see, because we both cut from the same cloth. We got paper. So I can't be concerned with the issues of the peasants. I just can't. You know, and it's what it is. This is beneath me, Ricky. This is beneath me. But I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to talk to the poor blacks. God bless you.
I have annuities. I have stocks. I play the market. I took my money and I didn't trick it.
Money that you made from
that I made from music,
records.
from hit records. I'm one of the only gospel artists with billions of streams.
When you sit here talking about money like this is when you have lost. Yeah, man, this is not good for, this is the worst PR handling. He should have had a lawyer sitting next to him or somebody to tell him to shut up. All this right here, he sound worse than a rapper with like bling everywhere going, That's all he missing is the big gold chain and the gold teeth, the gold fronts. Look at her. Hey, I got annuities. I own businesses. I got real estate. You sound like Rick Ross. I got, You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. This is not it. Ricky, you did not help this man. You interviewing with Ricky did not help him. Ricky ain't stop him. Ricky ain't doing nothing. Ricky should be like this the whole time. Cuz. Ricky gotta know the camera's on, dude. Ricky should be like this. No. You know, cut him off. You don't need to go into all that.
Dreams.
And you tour.
And I tour. I just came off of a tour.
Sure.
That I made.
These two knuckleheads, these are fools. Folks, these are fools. Not media savvy at all. Not the thing to do to get people on your side. I don't need money. I got money. Blah. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I got all the money, baby. I got all the money. I got nothing but money. Money coming out my ears, baby. What I need with y'all little money? I got all the paper. Yeah, there you go right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, frankly, me and Ben get down. Ben is my man. I don't play around. I don't even keep tens in my pocket. No tens, no 20s, man. I don't even do that. That's for kids. This is more of a sap up in here, baby. You gotta know how I get down. I get down very smooth. I got the paper.
Tons of money on, and I'm at the crib right now chilling because I don't have to go on tour. I can wait and do my next day.
Basically, you saying all that to say you don't need no $40,000.
I don't.
Got it.
And I will take it if they gonna give it to me.
There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is, right there. I take it if they give it to me. Your Honor, knock, 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 Your Honor. I'd like to rest, the state would like to rest the case. I don't even think we need to show no witnesses. He done convicted his damn self. We don't need to talk. We're just gonna go ahead and let Judge Joe Brown knock this one out for Judge. We're gonna leave it with Judge Joe Brown here. Judge Joe Brown will go ahead and render the verdict, I'm sure. The state will be happy with the rendering of the good judge, the honorable judge, because we done. Come on, sister, let's go. He done. He destroyed himself. They say you give a ninja a rope, he won't be cowboy. Give somebody a little bit of the room, they hang themselves. Give them a little bit of rope, they hang themselves. Rickey gave him the microphone and just let him talk. And he fell down the tree of dumb things to say and hit every branch. Then when he landed on the ground, he picked up a tree limb that fell. One of the don't say this, please don't say this, sticks, and just hit himself in the head with it. Kept hitting himself in the head with it. It's all that bad publicity Joe Osteen got, but he knew something. He knew to shut up. He didn't go on John Beck's show. He didn't go on Chucker Carlson and start talking. Without counsel, without somebody PRing him, helping him say the right things. This brother just went and said everything wrong. He should have had Benjamin Crump and Tesla Figaro, and he needs somebody sitting next to him to keep him on track, man. He just destroyed himself, man. That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all, let's go to the next one. Jesus Christ. Folks, that was horrible. I feel bad for him now. He made himself look worse than anybody could. I told y'all. Perfect. You made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you. Now, Google thinks this next video is going to be perfect for you. It's right up your alley. So click the next video, watch that with me, and let's keep this politics going. You're built for this.